Today's back workout, we're starting off with a single arm row machine. Today is going to be a more row dominant back workout. So the meathead in me, even though this doesn't, the kinesiology or body mechanics or whatever the fuck you want to call it, row science in me says that this is the thickness workout. So the rows, I always contribute to the thickness of the back, and the pull down variations is working on the width of the back. So working on the thickness today. We're starting with like single arm rows. I thought I was gonna get about 8 of that, and I ended up getting 12. So that being said, I'm gonna go up on weight, probably pull probably a 10 on each side, make it a more challenging, maybe 25. I'll probably put a 25 on each side. Not gonna be a bitch. And we'll pull that. We're gonna try to pull that for a solid 8 on each for the last 2 sets. The thing about these heavy days that we're doing the rows, each, especially in the beginning of the workouts, I think I did 5 warm-up sets on the single arm. Now, as I progressively start doing more warm-ups, my amount of reps goes way down. But just putting the weight on, rowing it, going through, feeling it in each rep. Doesn't take a lot out of the body, but it takes a lot of focus. The thing you really need to understand when you're doing these exercises, especially as you get older, and there's a lot of opportunity to get hurt. Not saying that you can't get hurt when you're younger, but the tightness that you have, I feel, when you get older and you have more muscle mass, if you're not engaged completely, you get yourself hurt. So on this, I went from 1 plate, 1 1/4, 2 plates to 2 1/4. I think I started out with 10 reps, then 6, then 4, then 2. It just takes a while, some time in the gym. Be patient, don't rush through it. When you're doing those 2 plates, the idea is that I'm trying to feel the weight, because I don't want to go at 2 plates and 1/4 and my central nervous system isn't ready for the weight. And that's a big thing. When you go into it, set 2, I'm always going to be a little bit stronger, okay? Because my central nervous system's already felt this weight. I've already gone through 8 repetitions of it. And then the third set is where, now I'm going to fatigue a little bit. So I have to really gut in and make sure I get all 8 reps on that set. So get it done. We're doing about 2-minute rest period, which is about this video right here, 1 minute, 50 seconds. So we're done. We're gonna hit the next set. Let's go. A mag grip. It's kind of like a knockoff mag grip. Is what I used for a pull down. I like to use that every once in a while. Not too often, even though I like to feel with the back. Because I'm not able to utilize my straps, my forearms end up taking over towards the end. I find with a lot of back exercises, especially as you're getting later in the workouts, you need to have things like straps, wraps, some kind of gripping piece. I know guys will tell me that their grip is great, but at the end of the day, any weak link that you have that limits what you're able to put into the back, I think is just not going to be advantageous. So it's great to have a great grip, okay? So I'm not gonna say that it's not, but strengthen your grip over time, and will help things like bicep training and other things. But I don't think that not utilizing those accessories is ideal for overall back development. So we'll move it on to our next exercise, which is, I don't even know what you want to call this. I'm going to call it the Charles Glass high row. This is an exercise that I saw Charles Glass using over the years. Obviously, he was a big trainer. Still, he's a lot older now. He doesn't train a lot of the high-level pros, but he used to train Flex Wheeler, Chris Cormier, Paul Dillette, a lot of the guys at the Gold Venice back in the day. And when I was growing up, on the message boards, a lot of videos out there, he was going through, and he actually in MD, the magazines, which dates me a lot. He would show how he would do a lot of the exercises with the guys, unique techniques for his guys. Dexter Jackson was another one. that he did a lot of training with. So this is an exercise where you rest your middle chest on the pad, reach above, and then it pulls your elbows out. So great motion, great for your lats. Low cable roll is on for the next exercise. With this exercise, there's a lot of different ways in which you can do this. If you look back in the day, Arnold used to like lean farther forward, try to get a stretch in his lats, and then pull back. I think it's a very good way to do the exercise. I also feel that this leads to a lot of swing, because the idea is you're letting yourself fall forward, get that stretch, and then utilizing your back, lower back, to pull yourself back instead of utilizing that momentum to drive the weight backwards. Now, obviously, when you leverage your lower back coming backwards, some of the momentum is going to help, but it shouldn't detract from the contraction. So what I like to do, because again, having lower back issues, is I like to pull the weight back up, tighten my lower back, lean my scapula forward as much as I can, and then come and pull it back, okay? When you finish your back exercise, you need to make sure that your chest is standing up, okay? You should be never lowering and then like this. It should be opened up, okay? Squeezing those shoulder blades as far back as possible. So I utilize a little bit of a lean forward, and then I pull back. But I'm not bending all the way forward like Arnold did in a lot of his videos with some of the other guys. But kind of feel what works for you, feel where you're gonna get the best overall stretch and contraction with this, and put your intensity into it. We've done 2 sets, giving you guys a couple of angles, and now we're gonna go on the last set. The last set, I was using 180. We're gonna jump up to 200 because I did sets of 15. I'm gonna see how many we can get. Probably between 10 and 12. Again, quality reps. So the last 2 exercises we're gonna do today, because the lower back, I kind of feel a little bit more pull in my lower back than I want to. But the last 2 exercises we're gonna do is the in the front barbell shrug, and then we're gonna do some dumbbell shrugs. With shrugs, traps and calves are one of my best body parts. They're very easy for me to target, but I also attribute that to me doing these exercises properly. I'm only using 2 plates here. I see a lot of people doing shrugs and they're bouncing the weight. Same thing with calves, they go like this, or they're just bouncing their toes up and down. You get full stretch and full contraction. Every rep is controlled completely. Every rep is squeezed. So here we go. Hit this all the time. Can't get my calves to grow, can't get my traps to grow. Honestly, pretty much all muscle groups, guys. It's doing the exercises effectively and feeling the muscle, okay? Going through the motions, okay? Not feeling it, not squeezing it, bouncing, quick reps just to get it over with, loading up the weight, doing partial reps just from the beginning, no go, okay? Traps can take a lot of work. Obviously we did kind of the pendlay type rows today, the rack pulls, which gets a lot of trap engagement, but at the end of the day, guys, you have to contract the muscle, stretch the muscle, and control the weight. So in the dumbbell variation, I kind of do how I do it like a rack pull, as I pull my shoulder blades back for the first 8 reps. And then I try to do as many reps traditionally where I'm just going straight up and down. When I pull the arms back, I'm getting the lower traps and the upper middle back. And then obviously when I do the regular traps, the regular shrugs, I'm just getting the top of my traps that you guys see from the front.